Hey everyone, Effie here again. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card using the peonies from our Haute Stack stamp set. So first I'm just going to layer the peonies together. I need 3 in total. So I'm using our Peony Couture collection inks. It's our pink layering ink. So I stamped the first layer of our peonies in our Ballet Slippers dye ink, and then the second layer right here will be stamped in our Hollywood Star dye ink, and then the last and third layer will be stamped in our Cosmopolitan Pink Hybrid ink. So these peonies are from our Haute Stack stamp set. It's a very fashionable and chic set. I just wanted to use the florals from that set though. So after I finish stamping the petals, I'm going to stamp the stamens with our Beach Blondie and Amber Citrine dye inks, and the stamens are only 2 steps. The Haute Stack set also comes with 2 different leaf layered stamps. So I'm going to stamp about 5 of them each, and I'm stamping them in our Soft Garden, Bright Fern, and our new Basil Mojito Dye Ink. Then I'm going to take the multiple leaf stamp from our Fresh Cut Roses stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp them in the same combination of inks. After I'm done with all the stamping, I'm going to fussy cut everything except for the rose leaves because those have dies. Next, I'm going to take the second smallest die from our double stitched rectangle die, and I'm going to cut this out 4 times to make 4 panels. And then I'm going to take the same die and cut out a panel with our glossy fine silver adhesive paper. And then we're going to take it a step further. So I'm going to take the smallest die from our double stitch rectangle set, and I'm going to cut out the center of that glitter panel. This is going to be the border around our sentiment panel. So now I'm going to do some shading on our sentiment panel, and to do that shading, or blending rather, I'm going to use a clarity stencil brush, and I'm just going to blend some soft Garnet Dye Ink, and I'm going to go from the bottom up, and I'm not going to shade the entire panel. I just want to go about 3/4 of the way up. I really like the clarity stencil brushes. You get a really seamless and effortless blend with it. So now I'm going to stamp the sentiment. This is from our Haute Books set, and I'm stamping it in our Noir Dye Ink. Now I'm going to take that glitter border and I'm going to adhere it right over our sentiment panel. Next, I'm going to take those 4 rectangle panels that I die cut earlier, and I'm just going to stack them all together. I'm going to adhere them all together, including our stamped sentiment panel. And I'm just going to make a dimensional sentiment stack. Next, I stamped our minor stripe background stamp onto an A2 size panel with our crystal pewter dye ink, and then I trimmed that background panel about 1/4 of an inch. While I had my trimmer out, I just trimmed 2 strips of the same glossy fine glitter adhesive paper that I use for the border on the sentiment. With those 2 strips, I'm going to just adhere them on the top and bottom edges of a top folding A2 size card base. Next, I started assembling the card, so I adhered that background panel onto the card base, and then next I adhered our sentiment stack onto the background panel. Then I began to arrange all of my floral elements onto my sentiment stack. I already had a preconceived notion of where everything was going to go, so now I'm just putting it all together. So the first step was to glue the leaves behind the peonies. I adhered about 3 to 4 leaves on each peony. Once I finished with gluing the leaves down, I began to arrange all of my floral elements. So the parts of the leaves and the peonies that were off the panel, I popped up with foam tape, and then the parts of the leaves and peonies that were on the panel, I just put some adhesive behind those parts. Once everything was glued down, all of those leaves that were sticking off my card, I just trimmed it right off with my scissors. And lastly, I'm just adhering down some glass slipper sequins in 8, 6, and 5mm. The card is now complete. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I tried to do a little something different by using some silver glitter instead of the usual gold that I go with. So I love the way it turned out, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thanks for stopping by.